Hi, I'm Star at J Star Studios, and this morning I'm sitting here with Dr. Lynn. She's one of our holistic chiropractic healers in the area. She's actually one of my go-to healers for when I have something just not right in my body, I'm not feeling 100%. And as a healer myself, it's really important for me to have a good network, a support system of other healers who can help me so I can continue to help my clients. So I want to welcome Dr. Lynn. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me here, Star.
So while I have Dr. Lynn here this morning, I want to ask her a few questions. So I'm just curious, how did you get interested in chiropractic medicine, and what age or when was that in your life?
I got interested in chiropractic when I went to a class, believe it or not, and learned about the nervous system. I never knew there was anything special inside of me until I took my first chiropractic class. And I learned about the nervous system and just fell in love with natural healing. I was brought up on medicine most of my life.
You mean allopathic traditional type medicine?
Yes, I was on antibiotics 3-4 times a year. I was very medicated as a child with asthma, and most of all my symptoms and the medicine went away when I went to chiropractic school.
Wow. And so did you visit a chiropractor, or how did you find out about chiropractic medicine?
A friend of mine was an intern in chiropractic school. I was studying to be a physical therapist, and it was just the journey to find out what more can I do to help people's health. And I just fell in love with the nervous system, and I'm still in love with the magic of the nervous system.
Oh, that's beautiful to hear. And so you've been practicing how many years?
About 36 years.
Only 36 years.
36 years.
So you mentioned that we can heal ourselves through knowing a few basic things about ourselves. And one of the things I notice that you address every time I come for a session with you is you always... she does this very interesting thing that she reads my feet. And so I've noticed while you're standing down at my feet, reading my feet, for lack of better words, you not only address anything physical, but even before you address my physical body, the physical pain I've come in for, you always seem to pinpoint an emotion, and even the exact emotion that I'm feeling or that I'm having stuck. And then you are also very often able to pinpoint the thought, help me get to the thought that's causing that emotion, and then what chemical, like whether I need more magnesium or vitamin B. And so I find this extremely interesting, being a healer myself, that you pick up so much information. And just like you were speaking before, our nervous system governs us. And so I don't know if you want to speak a little bit about because I do feel you're such a holistic healer, meaning wholeness, addressing all parts of me. And so I don't know if you want to speak about how you read the feet and get all your magical information.
The chiropractors honor the intelligence within. And reading the feet is just one method of working with a reflex where we are tapping into the intelligence within. So I'm not special, but the person that I'm reading has this specialness and this information where you actually know, your intelligence within you knows what chemical you need to change and what emotion. So I am reading the intelligence within through a short leg reflex. That also can be done with kinesiology, with muscle testing, but chiropractors are down at the feet, so this short leg reflex that I use was very easy for me to take over. So when I first start with a patient on the table, I am channeling questions to your own intelligence. What is the dietary change that somebody might need to make? Is there too much of something or not enough of something? Or what emotion, which also changes the chemistry of the body. So we tap into that, and what physical postural changes that someone needs to make. I feel that the physical chiropractic adjustment of removing the bone off of the nerve will hold longer when it's a team approach. So the person needs to know that there is a dietary factor that's affecting the nervous system, or a fear, or holding on to an anger that someone hasn't let go of, or just changing their posture. So when you put it all together, that is holistic, integrative neurological fitness. When you're working on everything that's involved with the nervous system, that's how I learned from the feet what's already inside. So the intelligence is within, and I honor that intelligence within.
And that's beautiful, and that's so amazing. And as someone who practices natural, holistic ways of life, it's so important. I feel so lucky to have found someone of your caliber and your wisdom that addresses the whole person in a really beautiful, nutritional and spiritual and energetic way, aside from the physical and medical. And earlier we were talking off camera about some of the common patterns, and I think I've shared about how my left side tends to go out, and you've shared with me that that's a common pattern, and I don't know if you want to speak about that. I think that's such great information to get out to the world.
I would like every woman listening to teach their little girls that they know and themselves to check in with their left shoulder and their left hip. And what I found after, maybe 20 years of helping women was that there is this forward pull of the heart chakra and the shoulder and this whole left chest cavity forward, as if our hearts are going out to the world. And I'd like to tell women to put their hearts back in their heart cavity. Go back into your own heart chakra, that you can help the world without this reaching of this left side. So I was very successful from, school onward, helping women get rid of menstrual cramps, premenstrual syndrome, postmenstrual syndrome, ovulation time, helping women with pregnancy, prenatal, postnatal, and premenopausal, menopause, and postmenopause. And I never knew why, other than unpinching the nervous system or balancing and untipping the uterus, why I was getting all these great results until I went through menopause. So when I started seeing that I had this female pattern, as well as other women, of this bottom of the neck and the shoulder and the chest cave out, that I could actually bring on a hot flash by pinching my neck and turning more in that direction and taking away this series of hot flashes by straightening my own self out. I realized that this pattern was real in females mostly, and it's lefties and righties. It's women that have had kids or didn't have kids, women who wear their pocketbook on their left side, women who wear their pocketbook on the right. I've gone to, holding the baby on the left while, in the kitchen, trying to do things, or even unsymmetrical housework, left leg forward, left arm forward. And all these patterns that I started to think of that women are doing are disempowering their nervous system. So the nervous system controls our hormones. And if we pay attention to our posture, we can unpinch the nervous system and allow it to flow. So ladies, during the day, when you're at your computer, maybe like that, or, one-sided texting or checking your phone like that, you are causing the nervous system to possibly send the wrong information to your hormones, and then creating problems with all the stages that I just mentioned, whether it's premenstrual or menopausal symptoms.
And even as you're saying this, I'm feeling in my own body where I have that pattern. And I have, since you've made me aware, noticed when I pick up my phone and I begin to text, I consciously bring it forward. And I even see other people and I want to say to them, put it like this. I'm noticing people turning one way or the other. And as you're speaking, I'm feeling where this is in my own body and how I need to really be with my posture, and that I tend to hunch forward and to be lifting that up and opening myself up. And I know there's some breath work that you've given. So if you want to just remind me and everyone who's viewing of a really easy breath work that you give us in our sessions.
What I try to make people aware of besides the posture is the breath. And yoga and Tai Chi and Qigong addresses this. I think what's most important is that people take this information into their day, because there's a whole lot more hours than your 1 hour class that maybe you're taking 3 times a week. So the information from the East, let's bring it on to the daily Western life that we have. So let's say that you are consciously changing your posture from having this left side twisted with your phone or your computer or holding the baby or whatever's happening. If you bring your posture back into alignment where you're balanced and you start to be conscious of your breath at the same time, then you're taking your Tai Chi, Qigong yoga class into your life. And we are talking about life flow. So when someone is twisted, and I change my posture a lot, I choose breathing postures. And what I mean by that is if I was all twisted, causing this left-sided, stuff to pinch and cause hormonal stress, I also can't breathe. So you'll see me many times going back into an open posture where my chest cavity has all this room. The breastbone can open and breathe during the day. So remembering your breath, remembering your posture, by putting those two together allows the nervous system to flow. We are our electrical systems, and it's time for us to get conscious and to get empowered. I believe that this is peaceful power empowerment. It's a peaceful posture that we're talking about for the nervous system. And when people breathe, they're more peaceful.
So really just breathing and opening up into that more open-chested breathing. And I hear you always saying to look up, and I hear myself reminding my clients during the day or during your meditation, whether your eyes are closed or open, to be looking out at the horizon as if there's a sunset or a sunrise. And so I love what you're always reminding us to not only sit up, but to add the breath work of opening and being able to, because I know myself, I love to cross my legs or get all kind of cuddled up in a position, or I'm unaware that I'm becoming more hunched over or contracted. And so when I do then remember what you've told me to sit up, but now to also add the breath work, moving and breathing. And you've also said something about the spine, breathing with the spine.
Yeah, the internal dancing spinal breath, which is a pump that goes on. So anatomically, we have the cranial bones, and we have the tailbone, the sacrum, the triangular bone in the middle of the pelvis. And these bones are meant to pump the energy up and down your spinal cord. So if we're holding our breath in bad posture, the energy is not flowing. It's all about flow. And when we change our posture and choose to breathe, then there's more flow going on, and the nervous system and the brain are able to communicate at a cellular level. So just for everyone listening or watching, if you could just remember that yes is a very positive word. So the spinal column, if you bring your chin neutral, like if it's down, to bring it up, but to find neutral and to breathe in. We don't even say, that you have to have your head back. We're just saying that the chin really shouldn't go over the throat. And you're going to find out that after you watching or listening to this, that you spend most of your day with your chin down. So if you put your chin down right now, not if you're driving, but those that are sitting still, listening to this, you can't take a deep breath. It's stopping it. So when you remember to bring your chin off of your throat, the breath is in. So you're opening with the inhalation, and that starts to rock the sacrocranial pump that we have, the magical internal dancing spinal breath, because your spine is freely dancing because it's able to go with the breath. You're unlocking your posture so that the energy in the spine is able to move instead of being locked and contracted all day. So you breathe in, you remember your posture, chin off of the throat and the shoulders back, and the breastbone is able to bring all the air all the ways up into a full breath. Dancers hold this posture all the time. And it's about being in your core, not just at a Pilates class, not just at the yoga class, but to remember to exercise your core by just breathing into it into healthy postures. allows it to flow. Something that I didn't say, just to explain this with the woman's menopause, a lot of them are at night and women can't sleep, and most women are cuddled up, into this posture that we're talking about with this left shoulder forward. If you're like that all day long and then you go into it at night, the nerves that go to the digestive system and the liver, which all have to do with the hormonal system, get pinched. So if we can be
really
conscious,
need to be conscious
all day as much as we can,
awake.
Yeah, it's not that we're going to not go into bad posture, but there's this self-check to go back into this loving of your core, of loving oneself inside, is to remember to breathe and to check in on your posture and your breath most of the day. Oxygen is very important. It's food for the whole body.